Hello, my stamping friends. It is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. It is Wednesday. Gosh, I should probably check the date before I get started on these. It is Wednesday, August. Oh, I think my watch tells me. August 25th. So welcome. So I was all mixed up yesterday. I thought it was Monday all day. So I sat down to schedule my tutorial Tuesday, not realizing that it was Tuesday yesterday. So it went out this morning, so I hope everybody received that. If you were looking for it, check your inbox. It is there now. If you haven't gotten in on Tutorial Tuesday, join the VIP list and you'll get that sent to you every Tuesday, or sometimes maybe even Wednesday. All right, so I'm a few minutes early, believe it or not, so we'll see how ready I actually am for the day. I'm gonna get logged in over my computer. And do you notice, I am sitting down today. I don't normally sit down. But I have got like, oh, I should make sure my volume's off. I think it is. Yeah, it's a little different view today. I have got to do a bunch of videos today. I have got a class video to send out, which I'm going to show you, a class we did yesterday. And then I'm doing today for all of you. So since we're early, if you are watching, what I think you should do today is you should make your paper pumpkin along with me. If you don't have this month's, pick a different kit that you have if you have one. If you haven't done paper pumpkin or one of our kids' collections yet, take a good look at what we do today and you might want to get in on this, because this month's they're offering, I got word yesterday, this month's paper pumpkin is called the Box of Hope, is available for purchase, like full kits. And then if you're a current subscriber, you can even get refills for it for $10. So I'm going to talk a little bit about paper pumpkin as we go today. Throughout today, this afternoon, I'm going to post a few different options for some paper pumpkin and getting some celebration rewards. So anyways, if you're here, make sure you say hello. We do a prize patrol every single week. And like I said, oh, it is just 11 o'clock now. So I can't believe I was early today. I don't know what was going on. And I moved my little setup. So just amazing. All right, so as you see behind me, oh, there goes my screen. I have got some stuff in the background. That is from yesterday's card class. We had 2 card classes. All right, so hello to those that are watching. Looks like there is a bunch of you. All right, Lori, hello. I sent you a little prize this week. Same with Sharon. You should be getting something the next day or so. Barb, I got something coming for you. Hello, Jessica. So anyways, hello, everybody. Let me show you real quick before I move the camera down to our paper pumpkin that we're going to talk about today. What we made yesterday. These were so fun. We used it. So if, Sharon, you're getting this kit. So if you want to be surprised, look away. But I'll be sending the email out for this later. But so this was this month's birthday club kit. We used the In Bloom stamp set. And they got a half a package of this designer series, a package of embellishments, and a half a package of ribbon. So that in 2 of each of the cards. And all those fun flowers cut out. Aren't these just adorable? These are just so cute. All right, and the last one. This one I did case from Dawn Oshevsky. So if you know Dawn, that was a case card from her. Beautiful. Anyway, so that was birthday club yesterday. And so if you're wondering what that's all about, make sure you get signed up for September, because registration is open for all of those. It went out in this morning's email. That should have actually went out yesterday, but oh well, I'm a day off this week. So let's get the camera turned down, and I think I might have to do just a little bit of adjusting. I think the lighting should be all right. Again, like I said, I moved my spot because I've got some other videos to do today. I actually have a convention later this week, so I thought, well, I'm probably going to want to be here anyways. And, all the fun stuff going on. All right, here we go. And as you see what I have here, I'm going to talk about paper pumpkin a little bit, and hello to all of you that are watching. All right, so let's get adjusted properly for this. Okay, looks like we're pretty good. Pretty good. All right. And I got to put something on my tripod so it doesn't tip over on me. All right, so here is this month's paper pumpkin. But now in my headline above, if you're watching on Facebook, you'll see a few additional supplies that I listed. And I'm going to show you those right now. And if you're watching on YouTube, the replay here, The additional supplies are in the first comment. So if you are wondering what I'm talking about, that's where you would find them. So first off, again, if you have a paper pumpkin, go ahead and grab it right now and you can do it up with me. So, and if you don't have this month's, grab a different one. So if you've been crafting with Stampin' Up for a while, chances are you have one of these. They do send a miscellaneous one with any starter kit, so keep that in mind too. Okay, so let's take a look at this month's. It is outstanding. And without even knowing, you know, I kind of matched my fingernails with this month's kit. So how perfect is that? All right, so Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription. You can get it 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you know, however many months you want. But there's some options. So I will share the subscription information later this afternoon or shortly after the video today. However, this month's kit is available to purchase, just this kit. So if you want to do that, the link is right below. You can get this month's. It is called the Box of Hope. It was designed by Shelly, the owner of Stampin' Up, the CEO. All right, and so I've already went ahead and opened my kit, separated it out. So it's a crafting kit. So if you are a beginner stamper, this is perfect. If you are an avid crafter, maybe this is your time to calm down and have someone else plan a project for you. So there is something for everybody with the crafting kits. So it always comes with some very nice directions. You know, most of us, look at how great these directions are. It tells us exactly what to do. So if you are brand new to crafting and you're not ready to jump into, say, even one of my card kits, which are simple stamping, but if you're not quite ready to go that route or have all of the things, Paper Pumpkin or our kits collection is a good option for you to start. I'm going to set those aside. In this month's kit, this beautiful ribbon that we will use towards the end of our creating today. You know, in these kits, you can follow exactly the card I'm going to make today. I'm going to go off of the directions, but you can do whatever you want with these. I've actually got some really great ideas of a few things I want to do with this kit. I'm just going to mention a few of the other supplies. It comes with decorated envelopes. Now, every month the kits are a little bit different. This month's kit has dimensionals in it. It has some beautiful adhesive sequins. They already have the adhesive on them. So I just have to attach those. So I'm going to set those aside. Hope I don't lose them. And I remember to put them on. It comes with an ink spot. I've got a Blackberry Bliss ink spot. And then I have went ahead. I'm going to set this. Oh, and here's like all the other things. I went ahead already and took the parts out that I need. Look at those card bases. I'm getting so excited. And so I haven't done up any of this yet. So this will all be new to me as we go. And it does come with a beautiful stamp set. So every month we do get a stamp set with it. I did go ahead and already put mine on clear blocks. Now, the first month you order Paper Pumpkin, they send you a free block that will fit all of the stamps on it. So you would just take it on and off, you know, and do that. However, since I'm creating today with you, I wanted to have them all ready to go. So I went ahead and put them all on clear blocks. So in my description, you'll notice a few additional supplies that I thought are really nice and handy if you're a beginner stamper, or maybe you've been stamping just for a little bit and you're kind of wondering where to start. I love these kits. That's what I would start with, is getting a Paper Pumpkin. And then if you want to add a few additional supplies, a few things that are nice to have. Of course, a paper snips. I like to have 2. I mark one with something. This happens to be some nice, you know, of course, a Stampin' Up charm. But if you don't have that, you know, just add something else to tell me that that's my ribbon scissors. I only use that scissors for ribbon. And then I have another paper snips that I can cut paper out of. And then I love a Take a Pick tool. It's kind of an all-purpose tool. I'm going to use this with my sequins. Today, you will also see me use a silicone mat, a bone fold, a Stampin' Pierce mat. Now, of course, you don't have to have all these things, but they're handy. That's what I'm telling you, things that are handy. And so a Stampin' Pierce mat, because I'm using photopolymer. And then let's take a look at this. This is one of my favorite things. This is where you know, the Paper Pumpkin comes with a block, but if you're going to get into stamping, this is really nice to have, is our block bundle. You can purchase this case separately, but I love to have all of my blocks in one place. Now, of course, I have a storage thing where I have multiples of everything, but I keep these ready to go at any time in case I'm going to go to a scrapbooking retreat, or I'm going to go to a friend's house to stamp or something like that. Then I have every size block that I need for any project that I might want to create with. Okay, so let me set that aside and let's get to the cards. And let's see here. I'm going to move all my stuff aside. So I will at some point today during the video use all of these supplies that I have, you know, and they also do give you these. So if you get your little kits and you're wondering, what are these things? These are little tiny glue dots. So if you don't have any other adhesive, today my preferred adhesive for today's project is going to be the multi-purpose liquid glue. If you do not have that, you can use these, or you can save these just to use as glue dots, as that's usually what I do, but it's up to you. Okay, let's bring in our first card again. I'm just gonna put these in screen a little bit. So we've got our directions here. All right, and then we've got these beautiful envelopes. So this is the one side. Let's put them on this side too. See, look at that. Look at how cool that is. I mean, how special is that? Oh, here, let's go there. That one has butterflies. So let's put that one so you can see it. Hopefully you can see that and give me enough room. Okay, so first off, I should probably have my directions a little bit so that I kind of follow a guideline. Of course, you can do whatever you want with these. And okay, so first off, this is the first card base. It's beautiful. And so I'm gonna use my bone fold to go ahead and crease the edge down so it lays nice and flat. So that's the purpose of a bone fold. Now next up, I'm gonna dig right into my supplies here. So this is a nice intricate little die. It's already done up for us. How cool is that? And then we have got these little deals that we're gonna stamp on. And then this one is already ready for us. And so this here is where I'm gonna bring in the silicone mat. So this is handy to glue on when we have these little tiny pieces. I'm gonna bring in so I'm not gonna get my surface all full of adhesive. It's going to stay nice and clear. And so I'm gonna just go ahead, this is a brand new one, so it's coming out fast. And I'm just gonna put little dabs of adhesive all over. And not a lot, just a little smidge of it. Now, if I got too much, which I think I did in a couple little spots, see, and it's getting on there, that's okay. It's not gonna matter. So then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the other side of my multi-purpose glue and I'm gonna move that adhesive around. And you see that? You don't have to get everywhere. And then this silicone craft sheet, I can just go ahead and run it under some water when I'm all through. And so let's flip that up. And let's move that out of the way. And look at this. This is gonna line up so beautifully. Look at how pretty this is. And nice thing about liquid glue, if you get it a little off, it's forgiving. So you can kind of, maneuver your things where you want them to go. See, there we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now let's do a little bit of stamping. And first this is where I'm going to, so this is always kind of a little point of contention when we have kits, days in the craft studio, is how do you get this little darn thing open? It is a little bit tricky. So this is where I've already done it, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. I take my Take-A-Pick tool, I take the needle end of my Take-A-Pick, and I just go along and go like this. And I just, rough it up a little bit, and look at that, bada boom, bada bing. It is open. Now, I'm gonna use this one today. I might move into my other one because I have it. These are very nice. These work really good if you use a Stamparatus for stamping. But I also did bring in my larger Blackberry Bliss too. Sometimes when I'm doing a kit and I am doing a lot of cards from that kit, I do just bring in my larger ink pad. So it's really up to you what you prefer. And so for this particular card, we are going to be stamping a couple different stamps here. And I did bring in a couple extra pieces just in case, because they are small. I believe there was a few extras in the kit, so why not have them ready just in case I fumble on my stamping. All right, so first I'm gonna go with the top part so what the card is gonna end up saying is, where there is hope, there is faith. So very, very nice sentiments here. So I guess it doesn't really matter what order I do. And so you have two different options here when you're stamping with this small ink spot. You can go over the top, just like so. Okay, ooh, this is nice and inky. Or this looks like that's maybe the preferred way to go. And I'm gonna go, it's kind of hard. I might end up poking my head into the screen here. I want to, because it is a small spot, so I want to be right over the top of that when I stamp it. So I go straight up, straight down. Okay, the purpose of this Stamp and Pierce mat here is to give myself a little bit of cushion when stamping with photopolymer stamps. It gives you a very nice crisp image when you use this foam mat. So that is the purpose behind that. And let's go ahead with the next one. So the first one I went over the top like so. This one, I'm going to run it along kind of more a traditional way, how we would think. And you know, I think the other way might have worked better, but I'm just going really nice tapping. I'm not pushing into it real hard. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Now these white pieces are the same size, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about using the wrong size. And looks like that is worked beautifully. So I don't even need these 2 extras that I brought in for the just in case. So I'm going to set these aside for just a second. And Blackberry Bliss, for some reason, if you've used Blackberry Bliss, you probably know all about it. It can get everywhere. So important. I'm going to put the cover on while I finish this part of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish this card here. And so very easy. You'll see, we'll add all those sequins at the end. I'm going to bring in the dimensionals that were included in the kit. And I think what we should do is probably fold these in half, or cut these in half, because it is the larger size. So for these, I don't really need them that large. And you could just adhere them right onto your card too. In fact, maybe that's what the directions say, but I like dimensionals, so I'm going to use them. And I'm going to put just a half of one on each side of that. And same on this one. And then it looks like on there, so I took everything out of the little sheets that it came on. It looks like there are some butterflies on this one too. So I'm going to just get a couple of those out so they're ready for me. Okay, so there we go. And really you could make this up however you want, but I'll try to follow the picture a little bit. And so I hope that a couple of you are putting these together now. If you are putting a kit together as we go here, share in the comments a picture of your completed cards, because you know, sometimes we get these and they sit for a little while before we do them. So I am encouraging you to go ahead and finish them today, or whenever you happen to be watching the replay. And so I'm kind of putting that to the center. It's maybe just like a little bit to the right. And I will put this one, let's see what my saying said. Okay, I got to make sure I put them in the right order or it won't make any sense. And let's go ahead and put this one to the left. And then we'll put this one on the bottom. And then I'm going to add with, I should have actually brought just some of my regular glue dots over. So I'm going to use those little glue dots now. They're actually going to work really nice. And this is where I will get my take a pick tool as well. And we'll see if I can get that up. So see, I pulled that off there. And I'll stick it on here. Let's do the same on this one right away, as long as we got the tool. And I'll put that in place. And now if you have the right kind of fingernails, you could probably just flip that off of there, or you can use your take a pick tool. There. And so those are quite handy. And just place these little butterflies wherever you'd like. I think I want one right here. I want one on that label because I can. And then I'm going to put the other one. Let's just take a look where that might look nice. And so you can see how handy these little glue dots actually can be. All right, and there we go. So we have one completed card. Now, of course, you could, you know, what else you could embellish here? We're going to add the sequins at the end, but you could put some Wink of Stella on that too. Okay, next up, let's bring this beauty of a card in. And so I'm going to, again, grab my bone fold. It's already got kind of the splashed background, which is pretty cool. I like that. And these are so fun. This is a kind of a newer technique, I guess. You know what? I need one more sheet. I forgot. That's in here. Okay, good thing I was ready, right? Okay, so it is, there is one. Let me see if I can find it. Otherwise, I know it's here. Maybe I'll just use, oh, here they are. there's like a little white piece that I'm gonna layer those on. You know, I had to take a really close look at these when I was getting them a little bit prepared last night. I was going to work into a fall card today, and then I opened this up and realized that this was available as an option to purchase this month. And it is while supplies last. So if you're watching this later, you know, meaning like 2 to 3 weeks from today, again, today is August 25th, 2021. If you're watching this much later, it's possible that this isn't available anymore, but it will still give you a pretty good idea of what like Paper Pumpkin is, what our kits collection is all about. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these too. So it looks to me on my directions that these are just a little mismatched, okay? So you just are gonna, this is one of those things, some people, it might take a little thought process on how you would do this, okay? Because you're not really, your head's not in the game to just go willy-nilly all over the place. So this is going to help you with that. So all you're going to do is not think about it too much. I want to go a little higher on that one. I think I have to go kind of close together though. I think that part is important. And then I'll go a little lower on the other one. Nothing exact. It's supposed to be just kind of all over. Not all over, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be exact. And then I will go here. I'm going to have to layer that a little bit. I'm going to layer that a little. Otherwise, it's not going to quite fit. So maybe I should have went over a little farther. But no one is going to know that but me. And I have still 2 more to make. So I still have some other ones if I want it to be perfect. But I think that looks really good. And so next, I'm just going to go ahead and put that in place onto the front of the card base. And then we'll do the little bit of stamping. So see, I like to eliminate, actually, every time I make a card, I do it a little bit different, but I like to eliminate some pieces as I make a card so that I don't, well, I like to say so I don't lose anything, but that still usually happens. So I've got 3 butterflies here ready to go onto the card as soon as I do my stamping. So I've got the circle that was already pre-cut out, bringing that Stampin' Pierce mat back in, and let's bring the stamps back over to decide what we want this to say. And I'm gonna just follow the lead of my sample and says, just a note of hope. Again, I'm gonna bring back in this little ink spot, which is really nice. So again, if you're just starting out as well, it's nice because these kits that include the stamp set, including Paper Pumpkin, you always get an ink spot. So if you're just starting out, it helps you build up a little supply of some different ink colors. And oh, looks like, so the photopolymer, I can see I missed just a little spot right down there. I could see. Okay, so now I've got it. All right, and then again, let's go straight up, straight down. I do like to let my ink sit just a second to soak into the paper. Now, many, many times, this is gonna stick to my circle, so all I do is just tap it down. Nice and gentle. And let's move this out of the way. Now, you know what you could do? Let's just do this for fun. This, I don't think it says this on the directions, but you know, say you want to do a little more stamping than just a sentiment because we have all these other beautiful stamps. You know, if just stamping the sentiment wasn't quite doing enough of the stamping for you, look at what you can do. You can just stamp a butterfly in the center. Isn't that nice? And it will lighten as it dries a little bit. Okay. And so let's move that out of the way, and then we'll have one more when we're done with this, and then we are going to decorate the box. And so again, we'll go ahead and put some dimensionals that were provided for us right onto the back of the circle. So when you do these kits too, many, many times, today's gonna be no different, there are leftover supplies. So I'm gonna actually not use all that many of those dimensionals. So at the end of making my 9 cards, there's 3 of each in this particular kit. I'm gonna have leftover pieces that I can use with other projects. Oh, look at me not following my own directions. Let's close that ink spot and bring back in my little glue dots and my take a pick tool. Okay, and wouldn't you know, this one says my name on it. So they don't come with your name on it, but mine is engraved, I got it. So look at how long I've had this thing. It's got like wear on it because I've used it so much. I have more than one, but this one I got this at an event, I believe, from my upline. So that is one thing that we do when we go to Stampin' Up! Events. We give our downline some fun little gifts. So this was one that I happened to get. All right, and I believe it was in Orlando. So that was kind of a fun deal. So hopefully someday soon we'll be able to start traveling back to our larger live events. Until then, we are just enjoying events through online platforms, which are equally as nice. All right, and so I'm just gonna sporadically place these 3 butterflies throughout this card. And so if you have these little glue dots and you've been wondering how to use them, take your Take a Pick tool out. And then you are in the business of using these glue dots, because otherwise they are a little bit tricky because they are pretty small, but they are handy as all can be. All right, and let's go ahead and place this one, I don't know, how about right there? So another beautiful card. So last but not least, this is probably my favorite card. We're gonna do this one up. And so let's set those supplies aside, maybe because it's like my favorite color ever, Bermuda Bay. Well, the combination, my favorite colors are Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana are probably like, I don't know, my 2 favorite. I don't know if I could pick between the 2. Okay, so again, let's do something I forgot. Let's go ahead, put the bow and fold on there. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put this down too because nothing else is gonna go on this. So let's put a little bit of liquid glue. So you don't need a lot, just a little bit will do. And then go ahead and adhere this down. Again, those little glue dots would work just fine if you don't have any liquid glue. So if you are just getting into crafting, you have absolutely no supplies, don't worry. You can do this without having a ton of stuff, which is the whole reason I'm showing this today. All right, so we do need to do a larger stamp on this. This is probably one of the larger stamps I've ever seen in a paper pumpkin kit. It's gonna go right onto this piece, and it is this larger one here. So it is going to say, let's see, always hope because you never know what tomorrow will bring, which an absolutely beautiful sentiment. And so I am gonna go over the top on this one for sure. This is how I would definitely recommend doing this because it is a larger stamp. It's gonna help it so that you don't get ink all over the whole block, and it'll keep it nice and neat. And we'll just make sure we get it inked up really nice. This will be one of those where you're gonna be happy that you have a foam mat. If you don't have a foam mat yet, it's actually called a Stampin' Pierce mat. I tend to always call it a foam mat. Just find something a little bit cushy, okay? So anything that just gives you a little bit of cushion is going to help you out on having a nicely crisp stamped image. Okay, so now this is going to go straight up, straight down. I'm gonna go right about in the center. And I'm pushing down, like it might look in the video like I'm pushing pretty hard, but I'm not. It's just a nice, gentle push, okay? And then let's go ahead and tap that out of the way. Look at that, how nice that is. Now something that they did, which I think is just adorable, is they included a few little pieces that we can go over the top of this to highlight a couple of the words. But let's go ahead and move all that out of the way. So I believe I'm done stamping for today. Well, let's see. What does this say? Okay, I'm gonna put this on the inside of this card because I think that is beautiful. It says, well, I'll tell you after I stamp it. Okay, and so this stamp set is included in this month's Paper Pumpkin. And again, usually Paper Pumpkin, you can't order the full kit after the 10th of the month. But this month, they made additional kits, and so they are still available for anybody to order. We need our foam mat here. And I'm gonna stamp the inside of this, and it says, where there is faith, miracles happen. That is beautiful for the inside of these cards. So I'll probably have to go back and add that to the rest of the cards as well when I finish off the other ones that are in the kit. Again, I'm just doing one of each. There are 3 of each in the kit. So let's put this one on dimensionals, and then I'm going to add the rest of it, and then I'm going to show you kind of the ending, the big exciting part. We're going to decorate the outside of the box with some elements that were included in the kit. So something that you could do is you could gift all of these if you wanted to, or you could fill the box with some goodies for somebody that's maybe going through a hard time that could use a little pickup. You know, fill it maybe with some favorite treats or something like that. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the sentiment parts, the words, and then I think I'll probably just use the glue dots for the remaining butterflies. And I should look there. It looks like I have that right. And then we'll add those at little sequins. Okay, so I'm going to just cover that up. And that's just so nice how it highlights those couple words. And we'll put that right over the hope. And then we've got 2 butterflies to add with our take a pick and the glue dots. And I'm just putting 1. It seems like 1 is enough in the center of these butterflies. And then some things, you know, that's kind of fun with butterflies is if you want to, you know, fold up the wings just a little bit. Gives it just a little bit of dimension. All right, here we go. Set that right on the left side. And then I'm going to put the other one down on the right. And then let me grab those beautiful sequins. This is one of the prettiest kits I have probably ever seen. Okay, there we go. Gorgeous. And then look at all these adhesive sequins. Now, I could go crazy with these. I do have to remember that I have 6 more cards that I'm going to put these on. But I'm going to take my putty end. We're going to see how that works. If the putty end doesn't work, I will go to the poke end. But so let's see, what else comes with a take a pick tool? There is like a spatula end, and then there's also a stylus that can go in here. So, and then you can add on like a die cutting brush as you know, you get deeper into this stamping thing. You may end up with a die cutting machine, and then you might want that brush. So that's an add-on. Oh, this looks like it's gonna work beautifully. And so I'm gonna put at least 5 on each card, I think. And so the putty end is working lovely. So this little bit of putty here is what's gonna help me grab those sequins up and put them into place. So you can see how quick that goes. And let's do the same over here. I said I'm just gonna not think about it too much where I'm placing these so that it's random. And so if you have, you know, a hard time with random, just try it. Just try going really fast, and that'll help you have success with your randomness of the day. Okay, so here we go. Do you see that? See how fast that can be? And so, you know, I do have a little bit of a rhythm to it. Usually I'll do 3 on the top left and then 2 on the bottom. So I like to go in either 3 or 5, you know, odd numbers. If you get to like 7, it gets sometimes it gets a little bit cluttered, but you can certainly do whatever you would like. Okay, I'm gonna cover back up my Blackberry Bliss. And now let's say I have filled this box with a whole bunch of goodies for a friend or family member, you know, maybe somebody in my community that could use a little pick-me-up. And so what I'm gonna do after I have that filled, I'm gonna take this piece that was included in the kit. It's already pre-scored, so it's easy peasy. I didn't even have to think about that part of it. I'm gonna take my liquid glue that I have here and just put a little bit here, okay? And that's gonna be in place. And now you can leave it pretty loose, so you could, if you wanna decorate this and then fill it later, or you want them to be able to just slide this off, don't do it so tight, because then what they can do is they could just slide this part off to open up the box. So that's gonna cover that part of it. And, you know, I should add too, if you see the different languages here, all the sentiment pieces came in other languages as well. So if you know someone that speaks some different languages, or you want to gift it to somebody as a little treat, if, you know, maybe they know French, or I can't remember what the other language was, but I know French was one of them. Okay, so this is beautiful. So let me just take a close look where this goes. So what they did next is they put this nice Blackberry Bliss ribbon around. And there is plenty of this here. If you wanted to add it to one of your projects, or you want to make some other cards. So this is why I did have 2 of my paper snips here. So one could, excuse me, I need to get a little drink here. One of them could be to cut this ribbon, and the other could be any miscellaneous things that I needed to cut. All right, so let's move this into place. Now, if you wanted to put a little adhesive around, you can. I'm gonna leave it just nice and loose though. And I'm gonna make a nice, gave myself lots of room here because I want it to be just large and floppy and beautiful. And so I'm going to tie it on the side. Maybe it's kind of odd to see in this angle. There, and then I can always trim it down if I want to, but I don't know if I'm going to. I really like it like so. Oh, maybe I will just a little to even it out. There, that seems like about the right size. So maybe just a little bit down here. Okay. And then, so you got to work with it a little bit here. Okay. Maybe I should have put a little adhesive on it. Then it would stay where I wanted it to. But it will once I get everything on there. And then next, the butterfly is going to go on. I'm going to use dimensionals for this. So now, of course, we're not like sending this box through the mail or anything, so we don't have to worry about dimension. If you wanted to send it to somebody, I would then put it into something else. But since I'm not, this is going to be a hand-delivered gift. I'm going to just use dimensionals to pop that up. And then is a nice sentiment here that is already stamped. It says, always hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. That's going to go across here. And I'm going to just use some liquid glue to put that going across there. I'm not going to go quite to the end. What I'm going to do on the ends is put a dimensional, because it's going to hang off the side of the butterfly. And then there's a couple other little elements we can add that I will need that silicone mat again for. And we'll put that right in the center. And then let's bring in our silicone mat, and because we got these little swirly, beautiful little flowers that I'm gonna put on, and then I'm gonna find a couple more butterflies. And then at the end here, I will bring in all of all of the cards I made today. And the box, so you can see in one view. I hope you loved them, and I really hope that if you got this month's kit, that you put it together along with me while you were watching today's video. In fact, I probably went slow enough, you probably finished yours. So these kits, they're probably, I don't know, I would say you probably complete them in about an hour to 2 hours. So, you know, when you do start to finish, as far as like from the time you open your box till the time you finish. Just, you know, depends on how long you've been stamping, or, you know, how much time you like to take, how many breaks you take, how many people are there crafting with you. So if you're chatting the whole time that you're crafting, it might take you a little bit longer. But usually one kit is an hour to 2 hours. And these are great kits as well if you're crafting with kids. Kids love to do these kits. And they're simple enough, you know, the supplies are all there. And the price point is wonderful. So this particular kit here is $19. The refill, so if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you can get the refill kits for these. And there are others as well. I hadn't looked at it lately, but there are others, and they're only $10. So if you wanted to make additional ones, so refill kits include pretty much all of the same stuff, just minus the ink pad and minus the stamp set. So what a deal, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna place that there. And I believe we probably should put some sequins on this too. And so I'm gonna put, let's see, where should I put the sequins on this? It doesn't show any on the box, but I think it needs some. I'm just gonna do the kind of the same thing. I'll put 3 there and then 2 on the bottom. Oh, that one didn't pick up. And that is gonna complete today's project. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just something else, isn't it? All right, let's move everything out of the way. I'm gonna bring these in. I will take a look at the screen to see if there are any comments. And for those of you that did Birthday Club, you will be getting an email this evening. So Birthday Club was yesterday. An email with a video of the cards. That's what I'm doing after I'm done today. So if you haven't taken advantage of any of our club classes, be sure to take a look at those when the emails come out. They are super fun. We focus on a different stamp set every month, and you get some supplies, and it's just beautiful. All right, so look at these. But this is an awesome option too, especially if you're just getting into stamping, because then you're gonna build up your collection of stamp sets, and they're always kind of all occasion themes, or, you know, it's different every single month. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed. Like I said, I'm gonna take a look at the comments here. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, great week. Like I said, I was a day off this week, so yeah, okay, I'm just seeing a couple comments. I maybe answered it as we went, but Tessie asked, how many cards? So they're all a little bit different. This particular kit was 9, so there was 3 of each. So 9 cards, the stamp set, ink spot, and then the decorated box with the ribbon. And there's a bunch of leftover ribbon. So look at this. There's always leftovers. So you could make a whole nother card with that. Or you could even, if you had another box, you could tie it the other way. There would be room to do that too. Or if you were a little bit more conservative with your ribbon, you would be able to get that around 2 boxes. But yeah, so this month's was 9 cards. I'm just taking a look here if there was any other questions that we should answer today. I think just a lot of hellos, and they are liking the sentiments and the box and the whole bit. So I hope you enjoyed today. Make sure you like, share, comment so you can be entered in for next week's prize patrol. Next week, can you believe it, our live, it is going to be September 1st when we do our next video. So next week, Wednesday, September 1st, 11 a.m. Central, I will be live with you with a crafting video. We'll probably be moving into some fall cards. All right, everybody, have a great day, great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.